Hello students, today we are going to study about kingdom Plantae. That includes division Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnospermy and Angiospermy. Now let us discuss about life cycle of bryophytes. The bryophytes includes one sporophytic stage and one gametophytic stage. The sporophytic stage it bears spores, and the spores are produced by meiosis that will undergo mitotic divisions to produce male and female gametophyte that develops into archegonia and antheridia. Now these male and female gametes, that is sperm and egg, they will undergo fertilization to produce zygote, okay, which results in a sporophytic body again. The pteridophytes include it is a first terrestrial group of vascular plants. These are that bear xylem and phloem. It includes ferns and horsetail. The adult plant body is known as a sporophyte. Now, how does reproduction takes place in pteridophytes? The spores germinate to produce a haploid gametophytic structure, that is prothallus. The prothallus is a tiny heart-shaped thalloid structure that bear rhizoids. It is independent and chlorophyllous structures that bears two reproductive organs. The male reproductive organ is antheridia and female is archegonia. The pteridophytes may be homosporous and produce bisexual gametophytes. When it is heterosporous, then they are unisexual. They needs water for fertilization. The gametes are released in water and fertilization takes place. Now, there are four classes of pteridophytes: Psilospida, Lycospida, Sphenospida and Pterospida. Then we have the life cycle of a fern. In this life cycle of a fern, the mature sporophyte will produce spores in the sporangium. These spores results in the formation of gametes, that is sperm and egg. The sperm and egg fuses, fertilize to produce zygote, and again we have a new sporophytic body, plant body. We have the characteristics of gymnosperms. The next division is gymnospermy. The gymnospermy produce cones. Gymnosperms, they are seedless and they are fruitless and flowerless plants, and they bear naked seeds. The adult plant body is sporophyte and they may be perennial, evergreen and woody. The example is Pinus and Cycas. Talking about the life cycle of gymnosperms, they bear male and female cones. The male cone will have pollen grains, or that is sperm cells, and the female cone will have the egg. Okay, they will produce ovules. The process of transfer of male gamete to the from the male part to the female part, that is pollination. Now, talking about the life cycle of this gymnosperm, here we have the life cycle of fern again. We have the life cycle of gymnosperm. In this life cycle, it includes two phases, diploid and haploid. One diplontic and another one is haplontic. So, in the diploid sporophytic generation, the mature plant bears two type of strobili, okay, two type of cones, the male cone and the female cone. In these male and female cones, the meiotic division takes place and we have gametes, the male gamete and the female gamete. These develops into the antheridia and archegonia respectively. Male into the archegonia and male into the antheridia and female into the archegonia. They results in the formation of a zygote. After fertilization, the zygote develops into embryo and embryonic development takes place and we have a mature sporophytic body. Now we have certain differences between gymnosperm and angiosperm. As you know, gymnosperms are non-flowering plants but with the uncovered or naked seeds. The angiosperms are flowering plants with covered seeds. Then we have certain differences between angiosperm and gymnosperms. As I have told you, they are the seeds are naked and they are insect pollinated. Mainly angiosperms have enclosed seeds. They are insect pollinated, evergreen, and the life cycle they bear all type of life cycle, that is haplontic and diplontic. Xylem vessels are completely developed. But in case of gymnosperms, they have naked seeds. They are usually wind pollinated and they are evergreen, perennial, and they bear xylem trichoids. Then we have certain features of angiosperms. Angiosperms are widely distributed or advanced plants which are available on earth. These are the we can say terrestrial plants, okay, So they wear complex xylem and phloem vascular bundles, and the double fertilization takes place in them. Okay, and the seeds are enclosed. Now let me tell you, in this diagram we have a bisexual flower that be a pistil and stamen, and the pistil is a female part of the flower and then stamen is the male part. So in the pistil we have the egg, and in the stamen we have the pollen grains that develops that will mature, and they will undergo division to produce these gametes, and when these gametes are produced, then they results in the formation of a zygote after fertilization. Okay, and this is the first fertilization fusion of male and female gamete, and in the second fertilization we have the fusion of this one male gamete with the polar nuclei that is enclosed in the ovule. So as we have two fertilization in this process, it is termed as a double fertilization. In this case, again we have one gametophytic stage and one sporophytic stage. So this is termed as alteration of generation. Okay.